Alrighty, folks, welcome back. Today's day 2020. Yeah, so yesterday, totally in my head, really struggled, hated the yellow, added the pink, still not loving it. Still, I feel like when I get at this point in a painting, it's like this dance I mentioned earlier. Sometimes, not every painting, but I'm kind of like, I love it, I love it, I hate 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 it, I love it, I love it, I hate it, I love it. It's kind of this journey, honestly, as I go through and just find my way with it. And that's kind of what I feel is happening. Like I keep saying it's getting close, and I mean that it is. It's not there yet. There's some things that I want to resolve with it. I don't know that I'm going to do it in 10 minutes, to be honest. 5 minutes today and 5 minutes tomorrow. But I will do a compilation of my learnings from this process and share that with you all. I'll either do that at the end of the video tomorrow or give myself a day to process and share it with you on the subsequent day and continue with you on this journey. Yeah, anyway, I don't want to get in too much of what my thoughts are when I know I've just got, to 5 minutes today. So let's talk about what I love and what I hate. Let me turn it over this way so you can see. It's probably hard to see. There's so much glare in here. It's not great for filming. I like that it's a little bit darker in this corner and it's a little bit lighter as you come in here. I like that. It adds depth. I don't like this pink at the bottom. I kind of didn't know what I was doing with this flower here, but I think instead I had like 3 flowers, but I think it's 1 flower, and this dark part is the center, not this. So I think I can change that shape, and that refines that. I feel like I need another flower up here, maybe. I don't know if you can see that up here. I kind of want something else. I had a shape up here, and when I was with the pink yesterday, I took it out. I kind of want to add that back in. This flower could use some highlights. This one's a bit of a hot mess. But again, I don't want too much detail in these. I really do want her to be the focal point. It's really interesting. I kept thinking, oh, she's looking at this, I see you, but they're all looking at her. So I think that's interesting. Maybe they see her. So anyway, there's kind of that going on. I went back, like I said, I was in my head a lot with it yesterday, and I just went back this morning. I was sitting with it. It's later in the day. I usually do my painting sessions earlier. And, I just got to go back to the intention for this piece. The intention for this piece was discovery and play. And that's the energy I want to come back to it with, is just the what if. What if I do this? What if I take some cobalt teal at the bottom and just do that? What if I make this all dark and purple and bring it in kind of this color? What if, what if, what if? And that's the energy that I want to bring to it. It's funny. I walk away from it and I look at the photographs I take and I'm like, oh, it sucks. I hate it. Da, da, da. And then when I come and sit in front of it and see it in person, I'm like, oh, I see you. So yeah, it's, welcome to my crazy brain. This is what it's like in here. Yeah. All right, so I've got some paint mixed up over here that's probably dry now because I spent too much time talking. And I'm just going to play. I'm going to dig in and play today and see where it gets me. I've got my mark making tools here. Don't know that I want this that might be interesting today. A different sort of shape. That could be interesting. That felt good in my hand. Okay, I'm gonna set the timer. I'll be right back. So the first thing I'm thinking, let's play with this brush today. Why not? if I bring in some of, what kind of shape do I want this flower to be? Oh, yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. A little bit of purple. I think I got too much water in this paint. That's what happens when I spritz it and I'm not really paying attention to what's going on. That's going to be super dark. Yeah, it's super dark. And then I'm also really struggling with this light. Trying to see in there. What color is this? I don't even know what color that is. It is whatever it is now. This is all crazy town in here. And if I were to add something back there. I kind of like that shape actually. A little bit of light in there at the top. This one's probably got like some little kind of highlights going on in that part. That's kind of in the shadows, so that's okay. Maybe some darkness in that one. That's too much. Gray that out just a little bit. I feel that timer coming. I feel it. It's the other thing I really enjoy about working my color palette. I tend to work primarily in transparent colors. And the benefit of that, I'm doing a big move here, guys. The benefit of that is that what is she doing? The benefit of that is you really get to kind of see what's going on behind what's in there. There is something about this nickel azo gold that I just can't get away from. But Tracy, you just added all that pink and you said you liked it. What are you doing? I know, I know. Like I said, welcome to my brain. I wanted to get to the bottom. All right. Let me turn that annoying thing off. I just kind of want to see where this goes if I let it do what it wants. Kind of following the painting, following the texture. I still want to keep this lighter in here to kind of push it back. I really like how this has come over into that flower. I do need to get just like, oh, this paint is dry already. It's going to be way too much water now. Let me just see if I can get some darkness in that center. Not a lot, just a little something in there to give it some depth. Oh, that's kind of interesting. You never know what you're going to get when you pull out the high flows bubbles. Okay, so I hated the yellow, so what do? I take it out and then I add more yellow. But it's kind of groovy, right? Like, I kind of dig it. This is the fun. This is like painting. Y'all, painting should be fun. I don't like to should, but you know what? If it's not fun, why are we doing it? Okay, really quickly though, and tomorrow or whenever, I'm going to talk about this challenge and where I failed and where what I learned. You know, is it really failure if you're learning? I don't know. Do I say that to make myself feel better? Probably. But I just want to bring back the softness in this edge right here that I feel like I lost with all of my random BS that I was doing. And this is the thing with acrylics. If you water them down too much, you lose, they lose their adhesion. So as much as I like the flowiness of things, I do need to be careful. And you can kind of see where it's broken up there a little bit from, yeah, I like that shape. Just wanted to like bring this, push that background back and bring some of this forward. And is this a puddle right there? It looks like that might be a bit of a puddle, but I kind of like where it's going. I don't want to touch that. The last thing I'll do really quickly, just because while this is wet, is when I'm going to be able to get what I'm looking for in here. I kind of want to push that back. Oh, that color. Kind of get some I wanted a little bit of darkness back on the side. Let me see what happens if I do that. Oh, I like that better. Do I want some of that up here? Bring that red in. Okay. I kind of like that. And it's not quite so orange. And I'm kind of sitting with, is that what I want down here or not? But I'm mindful of my time. Those of you who know me will know I'm not really a fan of rules. And will find a way to rebel if I can. So don't tell me I only have 5 minutes to paint. I will find a way to not play by your rules. Okay. Super, super vibrant. Do I like it? I don't know yet. I'm going to have to let it sit. I'm really digging how this is like just kind of flowing through. I really kind of like how this little crazy shape thing came out up there. That's kind of groovy. This is still, I'm not sure what's going on with that. I can't even see in this light, to be honest. I think it needs something right there. But that kind of resolved into something, which is kind of cool. Got some random marks of red in here. Yeah, I just need to be with now. That's not English. I just need to see this orange is super bright, right? It's like super, super vibrant. Now, if this is my focal point, the teal and the orange are going to pop, right? This is going to make this color go, and these flowers then start to fade a little bit into the background, which I'm totally fine with. So I might just need to sit with that a little bit. I need to pull some of this purpley in here. And then see. See, I cannot stop myself. I just see stuff and it's like, I need to do that. Yeah, I can't even talk because I'm so focused on what I'm doing. Yeah, I just need to sit with it now and see. It was too muted. Like, I get the idea of neutral colors and I do have some neutral stuff, but there's a real difference between neutral and muddy. And I feel like it had gotten muddy. And so that does not work for me. And I know you guys are going to kill me, but I kind of want to do this bottom. Like, what would happen if I did it the whole background in that? I just kind of feel like I need to. So I'm just going to put some water in there. If you want to start painting, if you're really curious about it and aren't sure if you can, if you should, grab yourself some high flow paints and just spray some water on a surface and see what happens. And if you love it, awesome. And if you don't, that's okay too. But there is just something about the organic nature of these paints that just makes me happy. Okay, I'm totally loving this right here. And that is just lusciousness right here. Not sure about this corner. I like that it balances. I may bring some darkness in there tomorrow. I promise I'm not going to go too far off. But I want to dry this now. Yeah. Okay, day 20. Yeah, never trust me if I say there's no more bold moves. There's another flower right here that wants to come out. I'll do that tomorrow. Let me dry this because it's wet, and if I let it sit, it's gonna just keep moving, and I want it to coalesce where it is. So thank you for being with me on this journey. Tomorrow we'll have another session, and then we'll unpack it all and kind of see what we think. But yeah, I think I started to get away from who I am as a painter, my voice. And this is really interesting. I've been following a lot of artists lately, and a lot of what they recommend is to find your voice. There's so many different painters out there and so many different ways you could do things, and you know, people who will tell you the way they do things and the way you should do things, and you know, fill in the blank, right? And then all of that's great, and then there's your voice. Who are you? What is it that there's an I here that I need to take that out. Who are you? What do you want to say? And how do you want to say it? And I think I'm learning that about myself. And this year has really been a big journey for that for me. And working on this painting up until this point, you know, in the back of my head, I had all these best practices about contrast and all these things, and it was like, you know what, it wasn't me. This is more me. You know what? I like vibrant color. I like fuzzy edges. I like when things aren't clear. I like things that don't make sense. I like things that pull you in and make you go, what on earth is that? That's me, because that sort of reflects how I see the world. I love seeing the strangeness and the beauty in really small, mundane things. When I would focus on photography, I would do a lot of macro photography, and I'd love to take pictures of everyday things and find the beauty in them. And so, yeah, I feel like I lost my way, and I'm finding my way back. So all part of the journey. Awesome. I will stop talking and go dry my painting. Thank you.